All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet world. Ryan here from Mista Rau Gaming, and we're live again on one of these lovely Thursday evenings. And we've got a real special treat here for tonight. I know that it's Marvelous March on the channel, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to have Sean Fletcher, who likes to go by Fletch
Yeah.
most of the time, just goes by Fletch most of the time, coming on the channel, and we're going to show off and nerd out about Disney Sorcerer's Arena Epic Alliances, which is his game. He's the guy that
I had a little bit to do with it. Yeah.
he had little bits, and so we're going to be showing that off and playing. And I'm just going to give a shout out right now to, looks like Amanda McKee is in the chat right now,
Oh,
and she is saying,
Amanda.
what up, Fletch? Have a
I work with
good game.
Amanda.
Perfect. So she's joining us. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Thursday evening. And yeah, we have, and then we have Dan. Welcome, Dan. He says, hey, fellas, greetings, Fletch.
Hello.
And yes, we are going to be playing a little Disney Sorcerer's Arena. Oh, and Ez. Thank you, Ez.
Whoa.
Says, yo, have fun. Good luck, Fletch. Gonna smoke ya. Oh, Fletch is gonna smoke ya. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh, I don't know about that. I actually have a lousy track record when I'm playing the game live. I play with some of the play testers every now and then, and they trounce me. I demoed the game just last Friday for a friend of mine who was thinking about buying it, and he trounced me.
No.
Yeah, so lately I'm like 0-6 on my last couple of games.
Okay, well, the levee's gonna break for one of us, because I also don't have a great track record with this one. I play with my son. We don't play with the full rule set with him. He's 7. So we're kind of like chapter 2 rules ish and everything, and he can deal some damage against me and knows how to move his guys around the arena really good. So I am not very good against him. So the levee's gonna break for one of us. So we are gonna I'm gonna switch over the screen here so that I can actually show off some of the components that are happening with us. So we are actually going to be we have access to the full cast of everything, except for, if I was prepared, this is what people really want to see tonight, is showing off the brand new characters from the Leading the Charge expansion set. Elsa from Frozen, Buzz Lightyear from the Toy Story franchise, and of course Scar from the Lion King franchise. What a great cast of characters to add to this lovely game.
Yeah, we picked 3 characters known for their role as leaders. Either, Elsa's a sort of a almost a spiritual leader by the end of Frozen 2. She's kind of that bond between the magical elemental world and the people of the North Uldra Forest. Buzz is sort of a charge right in guy that learns to be a leader throughout the 4 Toy Story movies. And Scar is a leader, but not a very good one. He wants to be king at any cost, and I think we know the story. He's not afraid of fratricide to get his throne.
Exactly. So we're going to make sure that when we select our teams, we're going to try to get all 3 of these characters into play, as well as we have the full complement cast of characters. My last stream featured a Jason from Dice and Dragons, and we pitted the 2 other expansion sets against each other. We turning the Tide expansion set versus Thrills and Chills, and Thrills and Chills just ever so eked out the win on that one. But man, don't snuff out the Turning of the Tide characters, Davy Jones and Stitch. I called it right from the get-go. I said Stitch has got to be an overpowered character. He's got to be. He's one of my favorites to play with.
Well, and if you combine Stitch with Jack Skellington, Jack Skellington's got the ability to move tokens around and help either take bad status effects off of somebody and put the tokens onto the good ones. He does some fun things with Stitch, where if Stitch gets strong or tough, you can just keep feeding those tokens onto Stitch's strong and tough to keep him super powered throughout the game.
Yes. And now Dan's getting very excited over here. He says, I have not checked this game out on purpose. I'll buy everything after watching/playing just one time. And I guess now is that time. And then when I pulled out the Thrills and Chills, he went, Horned King? No way. Which,
Oh yeah, Horned King is like my favorite.
yeah. Oh yeah, and I believe Horned King was even Jason's favorite when he played as him. Horned King can, yeah, he comes to play. He doesn't mess around.
He just keeps dropping Cauldronborn on the table.
Yeah. So really awesome. And then of course there's the original cast that comes in the what we'll call the master set or the core box.
Core set, yeah.
Yeah, the core set. We've got I'll just grab the character. I'll just grab the character cards here. Over there, they're over here. Got cards here everywhere. We got Aladdin is part of that core set. We've got Gaston is part of that core set. We got Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey, of course. Sully, Ariel, Dr. Facilier. I always mess that one up.
I think it means easy, like the Big Easy.
Yes.
New Orleans.
Maleficent, and Demona from the Gargoyles franchise. That one, when I got this core set, I wasn't actually expecting Demona from the Gargoyles. That was a really nice.
So when we started this project, we basically were given the entire roster of the mobile game that this is based on, and they said, this mobile game has live action characters. It has like Saturday morning cartoon characters. It's got Disney. It's got Pixar. It's got modern. It's got classic. Just go nuts. And we picked Demona, one, because she's very cool, but also because since we wanted to show how wide a range of characters we could pull from, getting somebody in there from one of those Saturday morning cartoon shows was really, really important to us.
Cool.
So I think giving the Gargoyles the nod just sort of brings a little bit more appreciation for a franchise that doesn't show up in a whole lot of games.
Awesome. So my quick question before we get going is, how do you select from such a wide array? Do you have like a focus group or?
No, it's mostly just me. Nice. And our project manager, and I listen a lot to fans of the game and our play testers who say, it'd be really fun to see so-and-so in this game because they could do this, that, and the other. And if you hear enough people say, I want, character X, it kind of guides you towards thinking, I think if we put this character in a box set, people might pick it up and play it. So while you may not get exactly what you expect, if you think that, so-and-so is going to be a great addition to the game and then they should do this, I can't guarantee you that's what they're going to do, but it definitely raises their stock as far as a character that I'll probably include later down the line.
Perfect. Yeah. Dan's already getting in on this. He's like, throw some gummy bears in or even some tailspin characters.
So we pull our characters from the mobile game. And that means that if it's not in the mobile game, it's really hard for us to build that character. All the art that you see comes straight from the mobile game. So if you've ever played that, there's something really familiar about it. And the other nice thing is it unifies all of the characters stylistically. So for instance, Davy Jones comes from a live action movie. And while he's a CG character, he looks lifelike in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, next to, Scar or Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey, who have that classic 2D flat animation. The fact that the mobile game art already has a style that unifies all of that makes it really easy for us to go, okay, let's put this character in and they'll feel like they belong here.
Wow. Perfect.
So there's like 160 characters in the mobile game. There's a long time before we run out of those, but unfortunately, at this time, I don't believe Tailspin or Gummy Bears are in there.
Because Amanda was saying that would be awesome. And
Yeah,
but of course, I have not checked out the mobile game, and knowing that there's like a cast of like 100 plus, 160, 150 plus characters to draw from, only can imagine what this physical game can actually grow into one day. It's already
yeah.
growing into something really, really special and spectacular, at least in my opinion.
Well, there's what 17 characters on your table right now,
Yeah.
and we've got several more in the works. Some being play tested probably right now. I could check to see what the play testers are up to, but I'm busy doing this.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, on my last stream, I'm going to make a link. I'm going to put a link afterwards into the description of this video. I already did a kind of like a teach and play with Jason from Dice and Dragons when we did the Thrills and Chills and Turning the Tide expansion sets. We did a full teach on how to play the game, and then we played the game with the 2 expansion sets. I'm not going to teach the game tonight. Some things will come up every now and then, and I'm pretty sure Fletch and I are going to kind of talk through our turns and what we're going to kind of do, but we're not going to go through the full teach. Rather, we're just going to get set up and hop right into the action. How does that sound?
Works
Perfect.
for me.
All right. So I guess one of the first things before I've you might not, and now everybody can see that I got the full token set is laid out above my table here so that I have easy access to the different status effects and whatnots. But I am going to lay down the character cards down here, and I will give my guest the honor of drafting his first character.
Okay. I was thinking about this beforehand, and I'm thinking take no prisoners. I want to go with Scar as my first pick.
Okay. Now for him, I'm gonna put Scar on this side. I'm gonna put him in a blue ring. Now these are nice acrylic standees, which is one of my favorite things about the game. So that they come in these nice clear acrylic standee form. There's a front and a back. They do have these little. Oh, now where did Scar's stand go? It is around here somewhere. They have these little stands that they can clip right into so that they can stand on, and they actually have little numbers, if people can see, to track their health with these little rings. I'm not going to be doing that tonight because I want to be able to show off the art. So I'm going to have the standees laying face up, just kind of around one of these rings, just so that we can kind of see the little art. And then I'm going to be using dice to track the health. All right, so Scar, taking no prisoners right off the get-go. So we got Scar drafted over here. I think from the new set, my son would be very disappointed in me if I did not draft Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
He would be very disappointed in me if I did not play Buzz.
I was considering him. I am going to. Let's see. Who do I want? Scar is a 6 point. I think I might do Horned King with him.
That was going to be. I was afraid of that, but I knew that Horned King was a favorite from social media.
He is my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So Horned King. I've got Buzz. Buzz likes to do things like that, so why do I not pair him up with... From the base set, I'm going to draft Sully.
Oh, he's a good one.
I do enjoy Sully quite a bit. He's one of the
Sully
only characters...
We've been doing our Road to Gen Con tournament series, and Sully has been hands down the most popular character in the tournament series. But Scar can kind of work against Sully. He works really well against Ariel, so I'll warn you right now, you don't want to pick Ariel because Scar shuts down Ariel.
Wow.
But Scar's got some good counter strategy against Sully, as does Jack Skellington. But I'm not going to take Jack Skellington. I will take. Do I want Mickey? I might want Mickey. Yeah, I think. Oh, Mickey's got the same gears as the Horned King. I'm not going to go Mickey. I am going to go Dr. Facilier.
Dr. Facilier. Sorry, I forgot to grab Horned King here. Oh, Dr. Facilier over here. Okay. Grab that one. Just to set everything up here. So there's Dr. Facilier. And, sorry, I had also grabbed Sully. And now, tough choice ahead. Tough choice ahead. And oh boy, I don't know. Let's take
I
a
hate to
look here.
put you in a corner, but do you want Elsa because she's the one that we haven't picked yet, or?
I was thinking Elsa. I was thinking
Okay.
it. And yeah, having Buzz and Elsa team up with Sully, taking on
So
a.
the interesting thing about Elsa is that she plays well with sort of almost any combination of characters. If you go, because she plays that role in the second movie where she's the bridge between magical elements and non-magical people. If you pair her with two non-magical characters, she's got a lot of cards that are going to help you draw cards better. Whereas if you put her with magical characters, you don't get that draw as much, but she helps fuel those magical combinations better. So in your team build, having Elsa there with Sully and Buzz, hopefully she's going to give you a little bit more access to cards and refill your hand a little bit better for you.
Okay. Kind of like that. I'm going to try to see if I can actually spread these out a little bit across the bottom of the table here. Maybe even just doing like a little something like that. Oh yeah, that actually might look okay. Just go around the corner. Okay, I think I can like that. Okay, get all this other junk off to the side here.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I just realized by putting Dr. Facilier, Scar, and Horned King together, I have an 8-card hand for my game today.
Ooh, and I will have a 6-card hand. I'll put that in the middle. All right. That's actually going to move that. I'm just going to move that here for right now. Okay, I'm going to put our little, now I guess we get our little turn order tokens. There's Dr. Facilier. Okay, there's Sully. I guess I'm red, blue, and nope. And then the other ones should be in this stack, which there's Horned King. There is Scar. There's Buzz, and there's Elsa. Perfect. Okay, and so I also need to grab my stacks of cards. Because everything in this game, if you want to play well, you'll be taking card actions. So I'll put those ones right there. I will grab, where did I put them? There they are. I guess just not Scar. There we go. Perfect. Put you over there. These other ones, these characters are all going to get shuffled in. Bada boom. Bada boom.
So for anyone that is watching, if you haven't seen or played this game before, basically what you're doing is you're taking actions and using your cards to pilot your 3 characters around the table. There's those 3 yellow spaces in the center of the board there. Those are victory point spaces. And there's sort of a king of the hill mechanic happening there, where if you start your turn on a space like that, that character gains 1 victory point for you. The other way you gain victory points is by knocking out your rivals' characters, and every character has a victory point value. I don't know if you can see this up at the top corner there. There's this is my hand of cards. This is how much health this character has, and this is the victory points that character is worth. So when we said I've got an 8-card hand and Mr. Rau has a 6-card hand, what we did was we totaled up the card values for each of our characters. I had 3, 3, and 2, and that gives us our opening hands. When a character gets KO'd, the rival who KOs that character gets victory points equal to that character's victory point value, and then that character will come back into play at the beginning of their next turn. So you don't run into 3 versus 1 runaways where you're at a disadvantage because I've knocked out 2 of your characters. I get that advantage briefly, but eventually those characters will come back. I've learned that that's how it works in hockey. When somebody gets sent to the penalty box, you're down by a few for a few minutes.
And if I know anything, I'm Canadian. I know a little bit about hockey.
Well, see, I went to a hockey college in Rochester, New York, and I still didn't really learn that much about hockey.
Beauty. So hockey then, who's your team?
I don't really have one. I mean, my boss is a Kings fan, so I guess I'll say Kings.
Oh, because we're located in like Southern California there.
Yeah, we're SoCal. We're SoCal. I've been to a San Diego Gulls game once just to go and hang out and experience the game. But I've never actually been to an NHL game.
Right on, right on.
I grew up in the land of the Whalers just before the Whalers abandoned Hartford.
I take everybody by surprise because I'm in Western Canada. So everybody in Western Canada either cheers for the Edmonton Oilers or the Calgary Flames. And I go right across the other way into upper New York State, and I'm a Buffalo Sabres fan.
Sabres. Okay, yeah. Sabres were my neck of the woods. The Amherst, their minor league team, played in Rochester. So that's familiar to me.
All right. And we got over here, we got somebody. Amanda's cheering for the Avalanche. And then
she's
Dan,
got some Colorado roots.
Of course, Dan is going to be, I think he's in that upper Pennsylvania area, or that Pennsylvania area. He's going to go Flyers. Philadelphia Freedom. And whatever their mascot is, what's his name? The big orange thing, Gritty.
Oh, that's Gritty. Yeah,
Gritty.
That's probably one of the most awesome mascots any team has ever had. And I'm a Red Sox fan, so we've got the Green Monster, but Gritty, I think Gritty would take down Wally in a fight.
That's awesome. That's amazing. All right, there we go. There you go. And then my hand size is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we have to draft our
turn order.
Our turn order. So I'm gonna.
I've got. Let's see. I forgot to take those tokens out. Now I will. Ooh, I think I've got a slow team. I've got a very slow team. I kind of feel like no matter what I do, I might be going second.
I feel like
okay. I know my order. So what we're doing now is we're taking these hourglass shaped tiles, and we're putting them secretly in order of the order we'd like to play our characters in. And we're each going to show one tile. That'll be our first character that we lead with, and whomever has the lower initiative value on that tile is going to go first. And then we'll go, I'm blue, Mr. Rau is red. So we'll go either blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, or vice versa.
Yep. And I think I shall pick. We'll go in that order. All right. So we just reveal at the same time, and I'm going to
Yep.
reveal 1, 2, 3. Buzz.
Buzz. Okay, so Buzz is definitely going first because I've got a 93 as my turn sequence.
So yes,
Okay.
so I'll set it up at there, and then
And
I
then
went Elsa.
okay, I'll go Dr. Facilier.
Dr. Facilier. And then I have Sully.
And I will end with Scar.
There they go. So right up at the top there, that's going to be our first. So I got my little turn order tracker here. So going to go from Buzz, Horn King, Elsa, Dr. Facilier, Sully, Scar, and there's going to be my draw. Actually, my draw pile should actually be closer to me. If I think this, and I'll put my discard pile away from me. All right, what did I draw? Now, just to kind of show people what a kind of the card anatomy looks like, I'm just going to grab a, let's see here, what's a kind of, again, more interesting one here, kind of like this Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey here. So every card is going to have either a green move arrow, so which means that this is typically going to be used as a movement action, and it's usually a little bit better than the standard move action. Every character has standard move and standard attacks, which can be boosted by discarding a move card or an attack card, or we can just actually just play one of these cards as their actions, as long as it matches the active character of whose turn it is. And so yes, there's the green moves, and oh, there it is. There's a red attack style card. And typically you want to use, except for there's these other icons in the bottom of the card here, which will match in this game, because I like to play with these rules. Every character has these upgrade requirements, and if those cards are in your discard pile, you can get rid of them out of the game to then upgrade your character to give them another ability, which is actually really, really kind of cool. So it kind of makes you pay attention also a little bit of what cards you're playing to like either boost movement, boost attacks, or even just play them down, which is a nice, neat little extra addition on that, like kind of like the full rules set to the game. I really like that part.
It also it does some very interesting things when you're building your team, because since each character has a different requirement for their upgrade, you'll frequently find yourself looking at what those characters can produce as far as those gears in their deck are, so that you get better synergies. Some teams are just more synergistic than others when you're looking to do those upgrades and flip those cards over.
Mm-hmm. And D-Nix, Dan, I'm only assuming your best Bruce Buffer voice is coming out here with, let's get ready to rumble. Ooh, that was actually not that bad.
No, that was pretty good.
Yes. All right. And I think away we go. So on this little turn order thing here, we pretty much go down the steps here, which the first two aren't really going to come into play just yet. Checking status effects, returning active KO'd characters back to the arena. And the one thing that I always forget to do is draw a card. Always draw a card. All right. And then Buzz is going to go. And you know what? I think I'm just going to move him his standard move. Kind of moving down this direction. 2 units, and I am not going to boost that. And then I'm not in range to attack anybody. And I don't think I have any cards that can attack a billion spaces away. And his special ability...
Actually, if I can back us up a second, we can use any of those 5 blue starting spaces to start the game. So if
Oh,
you
that's
wanted to start,
that's
if you want to
right.
start your character from the front 2 spaces, you'll get a little bit extra distance on that movement.
I had forgotten about that bit.
And I think I'm probably going to take that same opportunity to put the Horned King and Facilier in the front row.
Doesn't matter which spots.
Nope, you perfect. That's exactly what I
Okay,
was looking for. And then just move Scar up in between them behind. Thank
there
you.
we go. Right. I'm thinking of the back spots of the respawn
Yeah, and when
abilities.
you respawn a character, you can respawn at either end of the board in those back row spaces.
Yes, yes. Okay. So yes, so then Buzz was going to do his standard 2 movement, and I am not in range to attack or do anything to anybody, so his turn is done.
All right, and at this point, you would discard a card to
One,
get
two,
back down
three,
to your
four,
maximum
five,
hand
six,
size.
seven, and
And there's a
yes.
couple of things you can consider when you're doing this. One is how many copies of the card you have. So at the top of each card, there's a little set of pink slashes that tells you whether there's 1, 2, or 3 copies of the card in the game.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing to consider when you're throwing your cards away at the end of the turn, you're discarding, is that upgrade system. So if you've got a character that you're really intent on upgrading quickly, it might be a good idea to look for a card with a gear that matches their upgrade cost.
Yes. So, and that is going to be this. Yeah, I'm gonna discard this one over here.
Okay, Bruni Gale and the Earth Giants. I really like that card.
It's a pretty decent one. I also got a lot of really good cards in here, or they
Uh,
seem all really good. That's the thing
uh,
about that I play this one as, like, whenever I look at a card, I'm like, man, all these cards are really good.
well, we're only putting 10 cards in any given character's deck, and there's usually only 6 to 8 different cards within those 10.
Mm-hmm.
So the economy there is really tight. I can't make any cards that are clunkers
Mm-hmm.
because it's just going to be that much more, opportunity, or that much less opportunity to really let that character shine in those cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've drawn my card for my opening turn here, which means I currently have 9 cards in my hand. That's
That's
like
crazy.
almost a third of my deck in my hand right now. I am going to move the Horned King. He's only got a movement of 1. So he's going to move down 1 space towards Buzz. Perfect. Thank you. Um, then I will play Rise Cauldronborn for my action phase. It says if there are 2 or fewer Cauldronborn in the arena, place 1 in an unoccupied adjacent space. Yep, that's the one. Each allied Cauldronborn deals 1 damage to each rival adjacent to them. So we're going to put the Cauldronborn in the space just southwest of the Horned King there,
Okay.
towards perfect, towards Buzz. And then for my skill, he deals 0 damage to anyone because there's no rivals adjacent to him.
Mm.
For my skill, I'm going to use the Horned King's ability to move that Cauldronborn onto that victory point space right there. All right. That is it for my turn.
Seemed pretty good. Seemed pretty good. All right, now we're coming down to Elsa. Okay, banish 2. Okay, that's right. Elsa's got skills here that say banish 2 of these kind of like circle swirly
Yep, that's the
symbols.
magical card symbol.
The magic card. Banish 2 of those Elsa cards from your discard pile to give Elsa 1 invulnerable.
Ooh,
And
that's
then,
good.
or there's duty to Arendelle, which is if Elsa is on a victory point space, reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a non-magic card, I get to draw it. Which I don't have anything in my discard. Oh, I do have 1 in my discard pile, but I do not have 2. So I'm going to draw my card, and then I will take Elsa and I will move her standard 2, which will kind of go 1, 2. And do I want to boost that? Let's
Do you want to build a snowman?
build a snowman. I sure do want to build it. I wish I could build snowman. Do I have... I will boost that movement by discarding this card. And kind of go 1 extra. And I am not near anybody to attack. And I'm not on his victory point space, so Elsa's turn is currently done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm at my 6. Dr. Facilier.
I'll draw my card. I don't want to use that yet. I'm going to move forward 2 spaces to be just in front of the Horned King there.
So 1, 2, like here.
Perfect. Thank you. And now I am going to use a card called Slimy Little Frog. Slimy Little Frog is an action card. It is magical, and it creates a status effect. It says range 2. 1 rival gains 1 shrunken. Then I add 1 status counter to any number of status effects on that rival. So I'm going to hit Elsa with shrunken. We're going to turn her into a frog. And while you're reaching for that, I can explain. Shrunken is a status effect that says that character's base attack is now 1 until that status effect goes away. And then they also cannot use any card that has an attack symbol on it.
Okay.
So we're going to put 1 on there, and then I'm going to use the second half of the card's ability to add 1 more to it. So she'll have 2 shrunken.
2 instances of shrunken, and I know that's not showing up. I'm gonna grab a different dice that actually shows up a little bit better. We'll grab that yellow one that shows 2 instances of shrunken on Elsa. Perfect.
You know what? I should have done this before. I'm going to look. Is it really worth it to me? I don't think it's worth it to me to look at the top card of my deck. His skill is that he gets to look at the top card of the deck, and if it shows up as a magical card, I get an additional action phase this turn. Otherwise, I would reveal a random card from my hand. But even if I had an extra action this turn, I don't think there's much I can do with it. So I'm just going to let that go by this turn. And I will pass turn on to Sully.
Okay. I wish I could have done that. I'm not going to move through anybody. And then, let's see here. Travel by door. His ability is, if Sully has not moved this turn, move Sully to an unoccupied space adjacent to an ally with 4 or fewer health, which everybody's at. And then period, Sully gains 1 immobilized.
So fun combo shenanigans with him. If you're playing him and the Horned King, the Horned King's Cauldronborn only have 1 health point each. So if you've got Cauldronborn all over the board and you're playing Sully on the same team, you can just use those doors to teleport next to any Cauldronborn and get wherever you need to go.
That does sound like a bunch of shenanigans. Let's go with... So his standard move is only 2, but I could use this, but... Oh, and there's only 1 copy of the card in my deck, but... You know what, getting a little bit close... Oh, no, wait, Dr. Facilier goes before him. Which, you know what, I'm actually going to play... I'm going to play this card I'm going to play charge in. Oh, wait, did I
Okay.
draw a card? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did not draw a card. All right, maybe that might. Nope, that doesn't. Oh, wait, but that might be actually. That actually might change what I do. Ooh. Yeah, I am going to play charge in. I'm still going to play charge in for my move.
Mm-hmm.
Move up to 3 spaces. Pay pass through rivals, deals 1 damage to each rival pass through. He's not going to be able to pass through anybody, but he can go
But I see where you're going.
2, 3.
Yep.
And as an attack, I'll do wide swipe
Mm.
and deal 2 damage to each adjacent rival.
So that's going to knock down Dr. Facilier by 2, and it's going to take out the Cauldron Born there.
Cauldron Born can go and say. So Dr.
You
Facilier's got
ruined my plan.
2 hit points on Dr. Facilier. And I am not using Sully's skill.
Okay.
So passes on to Scar.
That stinks for me because I had a plan in place and it's not going to work now. I see that Michelle is in the chat. She's also from the op. I work with Michelle. She's our copywriter.
Oh, hello, Michelle. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Fletch. Woohoo! The op is in the house. And Dan is... We've only taken a few turns, Dan. What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I think I'm going to get this soon. And we're only just a few turns in.
It's got some fantastic depth. Of course, I mean, I'm biased. I made the game. But it's got a really simple, easy to kind of chew on rule set.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much depth and complexity in the way you can combine different characters and what those characters do.
Yeah.
So, for example, I am going to pitch. Do I need to pitch a card? I kind of need to pitch a card. Yeah, I'm going to pitch Calculated Movement, which is just a Scar movement card.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pitching that to boost my basic movement skill or basic movement score value for the turn by 1. So now I'm going to move 3 spaces. I want to move into that. I'm going to make a little cluster here. I'm going to move Scar into the space next to Sully between the Horned King and Facilier there.
1.
So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I can move through my own teammates, but I cannot move through rivals.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a clear path for me. And now that I am there, which attack do I want to use? I am going to...
And as Fletch is thinking about that, Dan, if you're interested, on the channel here, if you go to my review section, I actually did a review of the core box of Disney's Sorcerer's Arena Epic Alliances. And then also through the playthrough section, you can go back and I did a playthrough with Jason from Dice and Dragons on the channel as well. Okay. What does Scar got?
I am going to... I'm just going to do a basic attack and hit Sully, but I'm going to boost that attack by pitching Be Prepared, which is an attack card.
Okay.
So I pitch Be Prepared to boost my attack value by 1 for the turn. He goes from a 2 to a 3, and we'll deal 3 damage to Sully.
So Sully's got 3 damage on him. 3 out of the beefy 11.
And I can't use Scar's. I could use Scar's skill right now, but I don't want to. Scar's skill is Opportunist. I discard any movement card from my hand to move 1 character 1 space. And if that character had been on a VP space, move Scar onto that space. Ooh, you know what? I could have done something with that, but I chose not to. So I missed an opportunity to be an opportunist. Scar also has a constant ability you can see there called Oppressive Rule. If he's on a victory point space, whenever a rival would recover health, they recover that many health minus 1 instead. So that becomes very powerful. I said at the top of the show, don't pick Ariel because Scar stifles Ariel.
Hmm.
Ariel's whole thing is she's the team healer, and she likes to heal
Yeah.
people in 1 point increments. So if you're healing for 1 point less than one, it takes her ability away entirely and really neutralizes her on the field.
Awesome.
So I'm going to pass turn. We'll go back to Buzz.
Yeah, we're back to the top with Buzz Lightyear. No status effects on him, so I will draw a card. Ooh. Oh, interesting. That's a pretty neat card. Where's my other ones? Ooh, that also could also be very juicy. What should I? Oh, order of operations. This is gonna get good. I thinks. Do 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 do. Oh, okay. Let's try. Yeah, let's try that. I am going to go with. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go with To Infinity and Beyond.
Oh, I suspected that was
That
coming
was
up soon.
that was the one that I just drew.
Okay.
So To Infinity Beyond says choose one adjacent ally, then move up to 3 spaces. May move that ally to an unoccupied space adjacent to Buzz Lightyear. So let's go with Buzz Lightyear. You shall travel. Which way are we going? Up to 3 spaces. Let's go into this victory point space. And then I will have Sully move to this unoccupied adjacent space. No, wait. This one right here. That's the
Okay.
one. That's the one I wanted.
Okay.
Okay. And then as my attack action,
I think I know this one too.
well, actually, both of these would actually deal the same amount of damage. So I'm going to play this one instead.
You're going to deal one to everyone in a straight line?
Nope. Don't have that
Oh,
one.
I was wrong.
Don't have that one. I was thinking about requesting backup, but I
Ooh,
think I'm
that's a
going to
good
go
one.
with. I think I will go with Galactic Punch instead.
Okay.
So deal 3 damage to an adjacent rival. So Dr. Facilier will take another 3 damage.
He goes to 2.
And then you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a sword attack icon, move that rival up to 1 space. So I'll reveal, and it is not.
Not. There will be no
There'll be
punching somebody into the next space there.
yes. So like that. And that, I believe. Actually, I will do laser focus. Deal 1 damage to a rival exactly 2 spaces
Exactly
away.
2 spaces away. Yeah.
I forgot about that part. That's where Galactic Punch could have came in nice.
Yeah. If it had pushed him away, you
If it actually
could
pushed him away.
zap him for another one.
Yep. So that will be the end of. Let me check my discard pile here. That will be the end of Buzz Lightyear's turn.
Okay. So now we go to the Horned King. I'll draw a card. Let's see. Horned King. What can we do?
Yes, Dan. Lunchtime video. Thanks for supporting the channel, Dan. That's really nice.
I am going to. He's only got a movement of 1. Let's move over to Sully. So we'll move north 1 space there with the Horned King. And I would like to would like to discard. Boy, this is challenging. I am going
Right?
to. Yeah.
Right.
What do I need to discard for upgrades right now? I don't need that color. I don't need that color. You know what? I'm just going to do. What's Sully at right now? What's his health? 8?
Yeah, Sully's down to 8.
Um, Let me just do the basic 2 to him.
Okay. So he's
And I will call that a turn.
all
So we'll
right.
go on
To
to
Elsa.
Elsa. So Elsa loses one button off of the one pip
Mhm.
off of the status effect. So she's still got shrunken on her, so she can't
Shrunken.
use attack cards.
Dang. So, hmm. Your last. Okay. That seemed really, really neat, but I don't need to play that one just yet. So I can't play attack cards. We will just use Elsa's standard movement. Yeah, we'll just use her standard 2 movement, 1, 2 to move up to this victory point space. And no, she's not adjacent to anybody to attack, so yeah, it's standard attack. It's not ranged or anything, so yeah, that will be. Oh wait, if Elsa's on a victory point space, I can reveal the top card
Yep.
of my deck. If it's a non-magic card, I can draw it. Duty to Arendelle. It is a
That is a
non.
non-magic card.
Sorry if didn't get to see that, it was Buddy System. And now turn will pass to Dr. Facilier.
All right. Dr. Facilier looks like he's probably going to get KO'd very soon. So I'm not sure I have a ton that I want to do with him right now. I'm just kind of throwing caution to the wind with him. Um, hmm. He's right there with Sully. I am going to use his skill this turn. So I'm going to look at the top card of my deck, reveal the top card of my deck. If it is a magical card, I gain an additional action phase this turn. Let's look at that card. That is not a magical card.
Yeah, that's a Scar card.
That was a Scar card. So the penalty is you get to choose a number between 1 and 9, and I reveal that card to you.
4.
That is Foul Follower. I am holding a hybrid uh, attack and movement card for the Horned Kings.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh, yeah.
Now, what can I do with this? He's only got an attack of 1. I could negate that information that you have and just pitch that card right now to give him an extra 1 point on the attack. Yeah, let's do that. I'll pitch that. I'll do 2 points of damage to Sully.
Sounds good. So he's put another 1 point on him. So 7 out of the 11. So he's down to 4 health.
Okay, sounds good to me. And then I'm going to move Dr. Facilier because he has not done movement yet. I'm going to move him down to the open victory point space there.
Uno, dos.
And it is your turn.
Sully. No status effects on Sully. So draw a card. Oh boy. What are you at?
I've got 8, 8, and 2.
Mm.
So you could pretty effectively take out Dr. Facilier right now if you wanted to. You just need to sneeze on him and he's going to get KO'd.
And Facilier, he's worth 4 points. That's pretty neat. Let's see here. What are you at? Ooh, that seems really neat. Couple options here. Couple options. Ugh, grab the status effect. Nice back of the rule book has some nice status effect from the core game, and then anything that's been introduced in any of the expansion sets, they have nice little summaries on those ones. I just need to. Okay. Okay, I like it.
And there is errata on one of those that's fairly relevant to Sully. So if you play the card that gives him the taunt ability, taunt has basically been reworded. The way it's written there, it would actually prevent you from being able to give good effects to your own characters. So the way it's written now is basically in a nutshell, because I don't have it directly in front of me. If I were to try to target any of your rivals or any of my rivals, if Sully has taunt, I just can't target any of Sully's allies.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That actually makes sense. Yeah. So let us do. Yeah. Let's do it this way. Because Facilier only needs, 2 more points of damage. So, yeah, let's... Or do I start doing other things to other people? That would be actually fun, too. Like, I can play the card that I drew, Buddy System.
Okay.
If Sully is adjacent to one or more allies, which he is, I can deal 4 damage, and I'll be deal 4 damage to the Horned King.
Okay. So Horned King goes to 4.
Down to 4 for the Horned King. And after that, I am going to then... A couple people will move before me, so I shall... Unless if I want to... Yeah, you know what? I can just move. I'm just going to move right here in between my 2 people with a standard move action. And let's just see here. Sully has not... Oh, if he has not moved this turn. Oh, wait. None of my characters are down below that.
No, Sully's the only... Yeah,
Sully's the only one
Sully
who's taking damage.
Yep.
So I will now pass my turn to Scar.
Okay. Scar's going to have a good turn here.
Uh-oh. I don't like to hear that.
Scar's going to have a good turn here. Okay. You should not be happy to hear that this time, no. I will use Scar's skill right off the bat. I am going to discard the Shadow Man, which is a Dr. Facilier card. It's a movement card that says move up to 2 spaces and he gains 2 stealthy. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do the skill. So Scar gets to discard a movement card to move 1 character 1 space. And if that character had been on a victory point space, we'll move Scar onto that victory point space. I am going to move Elsa 1 space, let's say northwest, towards your discard pile. And then Scar is going to take that victory point space from her. And then next up, for his movement phase, Scar is going to play a hybrid card called Vicious Slash.
Ooh.
It says deal 3 damage to up to 1 adjacent rival. If that rival is not KO'd this way, move them up to 1 space. So I will do 3 points of damage to Sully. And then I'm going to move Sully up next to Elsa there. 1 space. And then, since that was my movement phase, I still have an action phase.
Ooh.
I'm going to play Cinder Swipe for my action.
Cinder Swipe.
This is an action attack card that says deal 2 damage to each adjacent character. If Scar is on a victory point space, this damage cannot be reduced by other abilities or effects.
All right, so 2 damage each. So Elsa takes her first points of damage. Whoops.
All right.
And then Sully is knocked out.
So that gets me 7 victory points.
And I will give you victory points over here on your side. 6, 7
Tracking
victory
mine up
points.
D20. And because I gained a victory point, the Horned King has a skill, a constant ability that whenever I gain victory points, I get to spawn a Cauldron-born token. So I would like to spawn that Cauldron-born token in the space between him and Buzz, but just to the south. There you go. Thank you. So Scar's turn. I've done movement, skill, action. I am all set. It goes to
back up to Buzz.
Goes back up to Buzz.
Now, I don't think, was there anything about Buzz starting his turn next to a Cauldron Bull?
No, not yet, because that's if I upgrade the Horned King.
That's his upgrade ability.
Yeah, the Cauldron will get really nasty after that.
Yeah,
but you do gain a victory point for being on that space.
Okay, so I am just taking a look at my piles here, and where is Buzz? He's all the way up there. So I have enough stuff in my discard pile that I can upgrade Buzz.
Buzz gets really good.
So that one of those, whoops, and one of those. So I can get rid of those out of the discard pile. And now Buzz now has the ability at the beginning of your ending phase on Buzz Lightyear's turn, you may deal 1 damage to a rival that was already damaged this turn. All right, and so he no status effects, doesn't need to stand up, draws a card. Okay, Buzz, what you gonna do, buddy?
And you got your VP?
I did not grab my victory point. That's right. So I will grab 1 victory point to this side, to the 7 that's over there, but that's okay. He's probably going to do some things. Okay, so no one's interestings. So let's just go with, because Buzz does that. Huh. 1, 2, 3. Well, I could do that. Sure. Let's deal. Requesting backup.
Okay.
Deal 2 at range 2. Deal 2 damage to a rival. I will deal. I'm actually going to be dealing damage to Horned King. So I'll deal 2 damage to the Horned King. I know this is not.
I'm going to drop down to 2.
Yeah, Horned King is now taking 6 hit points. I will use Buzz's laser focus skill to Deal 1
Oh,
extra damage to Horn
and
King.
then his upgrade's going to take him out entirely, isn't it?
At the end, during the end phase, yes.
Okay.
And then, do I move? I don't know if I actually want to move. No, I'm not going to move. So Buzz's turn is over. At the beginning of your ending phase, deal 1 damage to a rival that was already damaged this turn, and that deals enough damage to the Horn King.
Okay, so that'll take him down, and you gain 6.
And so now I am up to 7 victory points. Woohoo! And yeah, now turn passes to the Cauldronborn stays.
Okay, Cauldronborn does stay.
So now it's the Horn King's turn.
Boy, he is slow as molasses. So I think I'm going to put him in the back corner closest to Elsa on your side of the board.
Back corner closest to Elsa over here.
There we go. I will draw my card. Oh boy. That's not an attack card, so I can't just discard it. Yeah, we're going to have a dud of a turn here. I am going to move him 1 space towards Elsa.
Just kind of like up and over. Kind of like that.
Actually, no. You know what I'm going to do? I can play a card.
Ooh.
I'm going to play Foul Follower. It's a hybrid card for the Horned King. It says move up to 2 spaces, deal 1 damage to up to 1 adjacent rival. Then move up to 1 allied Cauldronborn up to 2 spaces. They deal 1 damage to up to 1 adjacent rival.
Oh, beautiful.
1 rival adjacent to them. So I'm going to move 2 spaces to get up next to Elsa and deal 1 damage to her. Okay. Then I am going to move my Cauldronborn token between Buzz and... let's say between... Does it matter if I go to Buzz or Facilier? Yeah, I'll go between Buzz and Facilier, and I'll deal 1 damage to Buzz with the Cauldronborn there.
Okay.
And that was my movement phase. So for my action phase...
That was a great card.
I am just going to deal... What's Elsa at? Is she at like 6?
Where we got Elsa? Where she is? 3. Yeah, she's at 6.
Okay. I'm gonna deal. I'm gonna pitch an attack card. I'm pitching Parlor Tricks, which is a Dr. Facilier attack card.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna pitch that to boost the Horned King's attack by 1. So now we're gonna deal 3 damage to Elsa.
So she's got 3 health left.
Okay.
Ooh.
And for his skill, I don't think I need to move that Cauldronborn. I'll just leave it right where it is.
Perfect.
So I will pass turn. Someday I'll have the cards I need to upgrade, but for now, I don't.
All right. So start of Elsa's turn here. She gets to get rid of Shrunken.
Yep. She gets to attack again now.
She gets to use her attack cards once again.
I'll be honest, I contemplated giving her more Shrunken tokens, but I figured it might be fun to actually let you play some of her cards this game.
Well, that was very, very generous.
What's the point of showing off new characters if I'm not going to let you show off the new characters?
While I contemplate my turn, Dan was asking you, what other games does Fletch enjoy?
Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you this game actually was sort of born of a deconstruction of a bunch of my other favorite games and put back together in the way it is now. So I love Gloomhaven. If you enjoy Gloomhaven, You're definitely going to see some similarities in some of the ways things interact here in this game. I tend to play Gloomhaven four-hand solo. So I'll play four characters at once, but only me running all of them at the same time because I'm not patient enough to wait around for trying to get four friends all in the same place at the same time. I love Magic the Gathering. I've worked on Magic the Gathering. It was
Mm-hmm.
super, super lucky opportunity for me there, like 15 years ago now. But I love Magic. What else have I been playing a lot of lately? We play a lot of Blockus with my son.
Mm.
Um, it's a great abstract strategy game, and he's 7, so like he dove right into that and loved playing it with us. There's a lot. I've got, normally in a meeting, if I was in a Zoom call or a Google Meet call, you'd see my Kallaxes behind me. This is just the bare office that I work in with nothing special going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I could otherwise point at my Kallax collection and go, okay, I love this, like Orleans and Quacks of Quedlinburg and
Mm-hmm.
Scythe is one of my favorites. That would be like right here on my Kallax behind me.
Mm. You said lots of great games there that I
Yeah.
also really, really enjoy. Okay, let's try this with Elsa. We've got Bruni, Gale, and the Earth Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Deal 2 damage to up. Deal 2 damage to up to one adjacent rival. I will target. Who do I want to? I got the choices again. Let's go with.
Everyone's at full health there.
Yeah. So let's just go with. Well, I haven't picked on Scar yet. Let's pick on Scar.
Okay, so he
So
goes to 6.
Scar goes down to 6. Whoops, there we go. Then it also says move up to one rival, one space. So I will move Scar, one space.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will deal 1 damage to up to one non-adjacent rival. And that means I could tackle this Cauldronborn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To take that away.
Gone.
Gong. And that
Elsa,
was
zombie killer.
perfect. Okay, so that card goes in there. That was my attack action. As a move action, I will probably just do a standard. I don't think I really need to do anything special here. No, I don't need to do anything special, so I can just do a standard move up to this victory point space.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will use her ability on a victory point space, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a non-magic card, draw it. It is a non-magic card.
Like I said, when you put her with non-magical characters, she can become a card drawing engine for you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in my hand. So Elsa's turn is done. Dr. Facilier.
Okay. Dr. Facilier. Draw a card. We got no one with status effects, so that's not going to help me. I'm going to use my skill to look at my top card and see if we get a magical card. We did not get a magical card.
Again.
So once again, pick a card between 1 and 6, and I'll show you a card from my hand.
Let's go 6.
You got Insidious Command.
Ooh.
So that says each allied Cauldron-born token deals 1 damage to up to one rival adjacent to them. For each rival dealt damage this way, shuffle up to one magical card from a discard pile into its owner's deck.
Ooh. Very interesting.
All right, so I'm closest to Buzz. Oh, I get a victory point for starting the
Dr.
turn
Facilier.
on that space.
There is.
And because I gained a victory point, I get to spawn a zombie, a Cauldron-born token, in the top corner next to Elsa, and no, next. There you go. because it's got to be with the Horned King.
I just got rid of him.
Yeah, they just keep coming back. We've got some characters coming up soon that are even more capable of spawning lots and lots of tokens for me.
Neat.
Um,
Alexander is saying, "Get him, Fletch."
Thanks, Alexander. Oh, that's okay. That's Alex from The Office. I think.
Perfect.
I think that's Alex from The Office. Yeah.
And Dan is saying here, "Gotta say, I love Unmatched, and my family loves Disney, so this is definitely gonna scratch some itches."
Yeah, this is like playing triple unmatched all at once because instead of that one character that you're driving, and in unmatched you get like a character and they usually have like sub followers that go with them, so you're
Mm-hmm.
getting a couple of characters to play. But in this one, you're getting three main characters to play at a time. Um, so I still haven't decided what I'm doing with Facilier other than showing you cards from my hand, which is not the goal of the game.
So what I'm hearing, Dan, is that there's going to be some sort of purchase in the near future. And then Dan, then you can come on the channel. We can play some more.
There you go. There you go.
We're
You got
win-win,
There's the core set and the three expansions now, so 17 characters total. Um,
and at least 17 more in the works.
yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna just move one space. Do I want to move two spaces? No. If I move two spaces, it's gonna put me in range of Sully when Sully spawns.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna move one space north and start smacking around Buzz. Um, and I will. Buzz is at full health right now, correct?
No, Buzz is down to 7.
Buzz is down to 7. Yeah, I'm just going to deal 1 to him, and then I will pass turn.
Boom. There we go. And now we are on to Sully. Gets to come back out onto the battlefield here. Which side? Yeah, no. Let's go right back here. Seems like a decent spot because I dealt some damage to Scar, I thought. Did I not? Oh, yeah, there he is. Sorry, Scar's the last one to act. 6 hit points, hey? Okay. Let's do a standard move of... what do we got here? Oh, wait. I do have a ally. If Sully has not moved this turn, move Sully to an unoccupied space adjacent to an ally with 4 or fewer. But then he gains an immobilized. Is that... Is that going to be... Is that going to help me? Let's go with... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I keep forgetting to draw my card. You may... Okay. That might help me out. That might actually help me out here. Oh, wait. Nope. I was looking at the wrong character. Let's go with this one. Okay, let's just go... I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go 1, 2. Standard move next to Scar here. And... No, back that up. Maybe I will use Scully's ability. I am going to use Sully's ability. And I'm going to move him to here because Elsa's got 4 or fewer. Yeah, she's down to 3. I can move him to here to give him an immobilized. And now, that was his skill. Now I can do wide swipe as my attack.
Oh!
Deal
You just
2
got
damage.
no love for those Cauldronborn. You're not letting me keep any of
I
them.
don't want them around. So Horned King going to take another 2. Oh, sorry.
He's
His first 2 again, and then
Yep, he's at 6.
Cauldron Born can come off the board and keep them away. And then I don't think I'm going to do a move action because I'm immobilized. So that will be Sully's turn. On to Scar.
All right, Scar's going to draw a card.
Oh, Dan said, I looked at the app characters. Darkwing Duck and Rescue Rangers. Oh, yeah.
Darkwing is really high on the list of characters people request.
I like to hear that. Let's get dangerous.
All right, what can I do here? I can...
Hey, Dan, did you watch the new Rescue Rangers, like that new movie that came out on... Oh, man. I was loving it. My son loved it. And I was just like, oh, no, buddy, this movie's made for Dad.
That movie was so good. It was better than it had any rights to be. It was so good.
That is what I was telling people at work. That's what I was telling people at work. I'm like, this movie has no right being this good. And I think we've watched it at least 10 times.
Yeah. Yeah, I love all the little cameos and background things going on in that movie. It's great. It's great. All right. I am going to play...
Oh, better get my Scar cards ready. Ooh. Man.
Okay, I know what I'm doing here.
Uh-oh.
I know what I'm doing here.
Scooby-Doo would say, "Rot-row, Raggy."
Yeah. I'm going to start with Life's Not Fair.
Uh-oh.
Each non-token character on your team deals 1 damage to up to 1 rival adjacent to them. So, yep, I've got mine, you got yours. So we're going to Scar is going to deal 1 damage to Elsa. Horned King will deal 1 damage to Sully. And Facilier will deal 1 damage to Buzz.
Oh, boy. And another damage. Sorry, there was 1 to Elsa there and 1 damage to Buzz. Ooh, big turn.
I haven't done my move yet or my skill. I think for my...
I think you gained some victory points from that card,
I do.
too.
I gained a victory point off of that. So because I gained a victory point, let's put the Cauldron Born... That was 1 victory point there. Let's put the Cauldron Born in that corner. Yep, right back there again. And Elsa's at 2 now?
Yes, Elsa's down to 2.
Okay. I will run away. No, I'm not going to run away. I'm going to, for my movement phase, I'm going to use Close In, which lets me move up to 3 spaces. I move 1 ally up to 1 space, and if that ally is a villain character, I move them up to 2 spaces instead. So I am going to move Scar. I'm going to move Scar down next to... down 2 spaces. Yep, just down 2 spaces. And then I'm going to move Dr. Facilier down 1 space.
Okay, sounds good.
And then it might not have made any sense for me to move him at all. I'm going to discard for his skill. I'm going to discard Go Forth and Destroy, which is a Horned King card, but we're not using the ability, so I'm just going to discard it. It's a movement card, so I'm going to move Buzz up 1 space and move Scar onto that space there. And that will be it for my turn.
Okay. Okay, I get you. All right, up to Buzz. Okay, Buzz. Okay. Draw a card. Let's deal. Okay, what is Scar? Scar is down to 6. Can I deal more? Or can I move you, Buzz? 1, 2. Sure. Actually, let's do it that way. What do I have in my discard pile? Dang it. Can't get any of those in. So let's go with... I'm going to use Buzz's standard move, and I'll boost it by discarding the bridge.
Okay.
So that he can, move 3 on
Yeah.
Trois.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah, because he's only got, Facilier's only got, what, 2 points of hit left?
Yeah, he's running on fumes.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So let's go with just a standard attack of 2 to Dr. Facilier.
So that's 4 points for you.
So I'm up to 11.
Okay.
And deal 1 damage to a rival. Nope, can't do that. And I'm not dealing any extra damage at the end of my turn. So Buzz's turn is done. On to the Horned King, who's probably going to have a big turn.
King. Elsa's next, correct?
Elsa is next.
Okay. And she's at 2?
She's at 2.
Okay, let me look at some stuff here. Because I have the cards to upgrade the Horned King now. And I'm thinking I might do it. Yes, I can't get in there. I could get in there to just deal 2 damage to her. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to use my skill to move that Cauldronborn through the Horned King and down 1 space, so it'll be next to Sully.
Shoop.
I'm going to use my movement to move 1 space north. I forgot to draw a card this turn.
Story of my life.
Yeah. And now I'm just going to deal 2 points of damage, basic damage to Elsa to knock her out.
Boom. And that's 7 points.
That's 7 points. So I go to 15, and I gain victory points, so I get a Cauldronborn. I'm going to put that Cauldronborn on the victory point space there. And then I'm going to pay 2... Whoops, I got 2 blue, and I got 2 yellow, and I'm going to pay those, banishing them from the game to upgrade the Horned King. So now the Horned King has an ability that says, at the beginning of each rival's starting phase, that rival takes 1 damage for each of your Cauldronborn that they are adjacent to.
Ooh. And having that extra Cauldronborn. Oop.
Yep.
Eep.
Now we're gonna start seeing if we can get some engine going here.
Eep.
Well, I think that's it for his turn. So I'll pass turn, and it will be Elsa's turn. So she gets to respawn now.
She does. And Elsa will come in right over here. And Elsa will draw us a card. Okay. Interesting. So let's do it this way then. I will use a standard move of 2 Yeah, she's got standard move of 2. Oh, wait. Discard pile. No way. I still don't have... Oh, I still haven't drawn one of those. Dang it. Standard move of 2 up to here. And then I will have some ice magic.
Ooh.
I'll deal 2 damage to each adjacent rival. Then I may discard a card. If I do, one rival damaged this way gains 2 immobilized. So first off, let's deal the damage. So the Horn King gets another 2 points of damage. This Cauldronborn can go that way. And do I want to discard a card so that the Cauldron? Yeah, let's give the Horned King some immobilize. I'll pitch this card.
Okay.
And he gets 2 instances of it. And then do I have 2 Elsa? I do. Do I want to activate? Is she in a very vulnerable spot? I don't know if I want. No, she just freshly came in. So no, I'm not gonna activate her glacial armor ability yet. So turn will now pass to Dr. Facilier.
Dr. Facilier. He's going to come in that corner behind Elsa.
And behind Elsa, whoops, come on. Seems to be a very popular spawn point.
Draw my card. Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm going to use my skill right away. Look to see if I've got a magical card. I do. I've got Bamboozle.
Finally.
So I finally get to use my skill. I get double actions this turn. So the first thing I will do is I will move 1 space to be adjacent to Elsa. For my first action, I will use Parlor Tricks. This is an action attack card that says 1 adjacent rival gains 1 flustered. Deal 1 damage to each of your rivals adjacent to that rival. So Elsa's going to gain flustered.
Okay, where's my flustered? There it is.
And flustered says when it gets to be Elsa's turn and she takes the button off of that one, or the die ticks down, you will banish a card at random from your hand.
Ooh.
And for my next... Oh, and Sully took 1 damage there because he was adjacent. And for my next trick, I am going to play Smooth Talker. It says add up to 1 status counter to 1 status effect on any number of characters. If 3 or more characters have status effects on them, draw 2 cards. So I am going to add 1 status counter to the Flustered, and I'm going to add 1 status counter to Sully's Immobilized, which should have 1 on it because he did that last turn. Yeah. And then it says if 3 or more characters have status effects on them, draw 2 cards. So I will do that. We'll draw 2 cards. And before I end my turn, I will upgrade Dr. Facilier by taking 2 Parlor Tricks, and then Close In and Life's Not Fair out of my discard piles and banish those. So we upgrade Dr. Facilier, who is at full health now. At the beginning of my ending phase on Dr. Facilier's turn, deal 1 damage to each adjacent rival that has at least 1 status effect. If 1 or more characters are KO'd this way, gain 1 victory point. Well, I don't think I'm KOing anyone because they're both pretty beefy right now.
No.
But I will deal 1 damage to Elsa that way.
Exactly. Cool. There's some good turn.
And that is it for my turn. Okay. Refilled my hand, did some damage, put some miserable status effects on people.
So
Where's Sully going? Nowhere.
nowhere. He's immobilized. This character cannot be moved with any card or other effect. Anytime this character would be moved one or more spaces, instead, they just do not move. So he's just going to stand there, hopefully draw a card. He just does some stuff. Man, oh man, oh man.
Oh, and at the start of Sully's turn, he took 1 damage from the Cauldron-born there.
From the new ability.
Yep.
The upgraded ability. There it is. Alrighty. So
we're just gonna ping him into oblivion.
I was about to say everybody's just gonna be just standing here, just kind of just punching each other in the face.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's go with. La da 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 da. Just grab one of these. So let's go with. Now I can still play a card and gain a status effect even though he doesn't actually move. So I might actually do that. I might actually just play defensive maneuver.
Okay.
Even though he doesn't move the 1 space, but I can still give him the 1 tough.
Yep.
So we'll give him the whoop. There it is. Oh, it's up at the top there. Sully's right here, so he's got 1 tough. And then let's see what kind of attacking we're going to do here. And then Horned King is at that. Okay. That seems pretty interesting. So let's try that too. He's kind of just not going anywhere. He's not going to go anywhere. Top Scarer. Range of 2. I'm going to deal 2 damage to a rival. I'll just deal 2 damage to the Horned King.
Oh, you're doing it to him. Okay, I thought you were going to immobilize Facility. Just get everyone over there stuck.
Just stuck. I'm just going to make sure the Horned King just never moves for the rest of the game, pretty much.
Okay, so the Horned King has 6. You've got him with 6 damage on him?
Yeah, so he's got 2 health.
Okay.
And yeah, and I still have not drawn one of those lousy symbols. Have I not? Nope. Still have not drawn one of those lousy symbols to do an upgrade on either Sully or Elsa. So Sully's turn is now done.
Okay.
Scar gets a victory point.
Scar gets a victory point, which means I get a zombie token, a Cauldron-born. I will put it. I can't put it because I've got nowhere adjacent that's open, so I don't get a Cauldron-born token.
Shucks.
Darn.
Love it.
Well, how do you feel about me taking a cheap shot to win this game?
Oh, show off the combo.
Oh, I don't even need a combo. I just need to move. Let's see. I'll move 2 spaces down to the other victory point space.
Sorry, we're on Scar, so we're going to do this. Boom, boom.
Yeah. And then I am going to play Treacherous Plot. And I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a shiny Treacherous Plot because it's
a
foil promo.
Nice.
So this card, he's gonna yeet Buzz Lightyear off a cliff here. Deal 5 damage to an adjacent non-token character. Their summoner gains 3 victory points. If the damaged character was on a victory point space, gain 1 victory point. If you KO an ally this way, you gain an additional action phase this turn. So I could actually use this card to attack my own characters just to get the victory points for it. But because Buzz is at
5 health.
5 health,
Yeah.
I can deal 5 damage, take out Buzz. I don't care that you gain 3 victory points on it because I'm gaining 5, and that puts me at 21. And then I pass turn, and that's the end of the round, and I win the game.
Wow. That's awesome. I was wondering when I saw that card when I was looking. I was like wondering when it was going to come into play because wow,
That card's amazing.
that card is so good.
Who designed that card?
I do like it that you can target somebody else. It could be just like a cheap shot just to win.
Oh
You,
yeah.
you might be just like 3 points away from winning the game,
Yep.
and then boom,
Yep.
bada bing, bada boom. I'll
Well,
just
and
sacrifice my character.
I've seen plenty of times where somebody is playing, and the trick is, if I can, drop some strategy here. The trick is to go last with Scar, so that when you use that, it doesn't matter who you use it on. If it puts you over that 20-point threshold, you're just going to win the game on Scar's turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you check for victory condition after all of the characters
Mm-hmm.
have completed.
Yeah.
Wow, nicely done. I like that.
Thank you. You too. That was fun.
Oh, that was beautiful. Any chance I get to play this game, especially at the full rule set, because like I said, I have a young boy that loves this game, but it's just still a little too much for
Mm-hmm.
him. He's just in his process of learning to read and
Yep.
comprehend all of this stuff. But man, that the chapter 2 rule set is where he's starting to really kind of start to shine with a little bit of help. And yeah, he just takes me out. He sees things that I don't see, and I'm like, beautiful, buddy. Beautiful. Oh, okay, I'm going to switch this over. So that was A-OK. Oh, what was it? What have we got here? Oh, Alexander saying, good game, guys. Fletch knocks Mr. Rau into the unknown, but respectfully. No, that's the way things go. I bring people on here so that they get a chance to win games because I don't win the games very often. If I look at my BG stats, I am like always the second and third place guy. I'm always in that range.
No,
Never.
no.
I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
We have a couple of game designers at the op, and we'll get together. I think it's Friday mornings now. So tomorrow morning. Wow, I gotta figure out what game I'm gonna teach them. We get together on Friday mornings to play a game together, and one of our designers, Cami, has a reputation for, doesn't matter what the game is. If it's the first time she's ever played it, she beats us all like mercilessly. And so I I can empathize with the I came in second, I came in third, I came in fourth.
Just as good teachers of the game, I guess. Just
Yeah,
teaching the game way too well.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, any questions I can answer for you about this?
oh man. I am liking those new characters. They do some
They're
really.
fun.
I like Buzz's ability just to kind of just cheap shot a couple extra damage, especially once you get them upgraded. That's actually really kind of nice.
He's got a great combo with Jack Skellington, where Jack can put strong on an ally, and strong makes it so that every time you deal damage, you deal an extra point of damage with that. So if Buzz goes in with one of his cards that deals like 1 damage and 1 damage and 1 damage,
Yeah,
now it's 2 and 2 and 2, and then he uses a skill to do 2 more and his upgrade to do 2 more, and he's just done 10 damage in one turn.
I'm trying to see where that was. This one. That was this one. We never got
Rapid
to see
fire.
rapid fire. Whoops, I'm not on the right screen, but I guess I can just hold it up that way, right there.
Yeah.
One
And
damage.
that's one of the
one
cards.
damage.
We did that one in foil too, and it looks fantastic in foil.
Any of these cards, all of these cards would look fantastic in foil. They did such a awesome. The graphic design team did awesome.
Yeah, the graphic
job
design team has done amazing work on this. The illustrator that we've worked with, his name is Patrick Spazianti. He does amazing work. It's just been so much fun to work on this project.
And yeah, keep them coming. Dan is asking about the next expansion. we were kind of talking a little bit beforehand that something happened.
There have been some spoilers out there
Mm.
about them.
You have,
Yeah,
you have you
I
have to
can
go
tell
dig
you.
it. We'll make you guys all dig on the interwebs
Yeah,
if you're so
I
interested.
can tell you that there's a character coming up that in the next set that when we decided internally, I had a friend of mine named John Cohn, who's also a game designer, and he helped me design some of the characters for sets 3 and 4. And when he proposed one of these characters, everyone in the office, including myself, kind of looked at him and said, "Who? Okay." And then he said, "No, no, no, hear me out, hear me out. This is what they do." And I went, "Oh, that's cool." So,
So
yeah,
we're gonna get a deep cut.
there's a character coming up that you're going to be like, "What is that character doing in a battle arena game?" And then when you see what they do, you'll be like, "Oh, okay. Count me in. Count me
That's
in."
that's beautiful.
Um,
I love it
there's
when you can make people just go, "What?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's been the reaction. But every time the fans have seen the lineup for the character, that's the character everyone
Mm.
goes, "Oh, I got to play that one."
Yeah.
We've got another character who had been very heavily requested um, that I think is going to be a really popular character to build teams around. And then we've got a third character who give a little bit of a behind the scenes. This third character actually was part of the original 8 character core set,
Oh.
and we bumped them out of the set to make room for a different character who I think was the right choice for the core set. But this other character sort of waited on the bench for
Mm.
quite a long time, and they were a favorite character among a lot of the playtesters who worked on that very first set with me. So when I got a chance to say, and you know what, who's coming back?
This one.
There were a lot of
So
very happy
who's the
playtesters.
character that came in and bumped them out?
Aladdin was the
Okay.
character that bumped this character out of the
Okay.
lineup, which people love Aladdin. Aladdin's gotten a lot of play
Mm-hmm.
recently in the Road to Gen Con tournaments. I think Aladdin's a great character. Does some really fun mechanical things. And actually, whenever I teach the game, I use Aladdin as my teaching character, just because he does a little of everything.
Oh, it does.
Um, but yeah, Aladdin came in to replace mystery character number 3. And
Cool.
when you find out who that third character is, I think you might go, okay, I get
I,
why they swapped those.
interesting. Dan's asking character you want to design, but that isn't in the app.
I'm going to go real deep cut here, real obscure. It's been about 10 years since the final episode of this season, or this series. Stan Pines from from Gravity Falls.
Oh, okay.
So if you've never seen or heard of Gravity Falls, imagine X Files done with kids in the Disney universe, and the uncle that they go to stay with for the summer is a complete grifter. He's a total sleazebag grifter, and he's so much fun to watch. It was a cartoon that was written and created by Alex Hirsch, who's done a lot of other cartoons recently. But he kind of comes from that school of, like, he grew up with Ren and Stimpy, and now
Mm.
he does the cartoons that kind of fit and mesh with just the bizarro
Mm-hmm.
adult style cartoons. But it was definitely written for families and kids, and
Mm.
it's just it's bizarre.
Yeah,
It's so strange, but it's great.
Dan's just saying
Um,
here that him and his girls just started it. So,
yeah, yeah, it's such a good show. Um, I was cursed the first time we tried watching it through. I couldn't make it through more than one episode a night,
mm.
and I don't know what it was. We turned on the second episode, and I would just fall asleep. But when I finally got through the whole thing, my wife and I were watching it after our son went to bed, and our son turns on Disney Plus one morning, and there's Gravity Falls, and he goes, "What's this?"
Mm-hmm.
And he started watching through it, and he was just like blown away by how bizarre the show was.
That's amazing. I am trying to think. It's been forever since I saw this. I'm just trying to look it up right here, right now. Nope, that's not. That's obviously not the character's name. Maybe it was just. Maybe it's just like. It was from the Ducktales, but it was like that the Robo Duck.
Gizmo Duck.
Gizmo Duck. That's okay. It did have Gizmo in it.
Fenton Crackshell.
Yes, yes. I
Do you
remember
know when they revived that show just a few years ago, which again they did an amazing job with it? Do you know who
Mm-hmm.
the voice of Fenton Crackshell was?
No,
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
really.
Yeah,
Wow. That takes you. I am horrible with that style of trivia, but wow, that's interesting.
yeah, yeah. And Uncle Scrooge was David Tennant from Doctor Who. Well,
Mm,
I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff, but he's
yeah.
well known as Doctor
Well
Who.
known as the Good Doctor. Yes.
Yeah,
Cool. Wow. Yeah. Gizmo Duck.
I
That would
would
be.
I would love to put Gizmo Duck in a set,
Yeah.
and the I think it was Dan that mentioned Rescue Rangers earlier. Um, I don't consider this a spoiler because I don't have any concrete plans yet, but I would love to put those two, Gadget and Gizmo Duck, in a set with like anyone else and just call it Gadgets and Gizmos Aplenty.
Mm. Look at this. It just writes itself.
Yeah,
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I am digging what you're doing with the game and what the team is doing
thank
with the
you.
game. Like I said, I want to get it played more. I live in Canada. I don't have a large group that digs this style of game, but I will show it off any chance that I get. And
Have you played 2v2 yet?
yeah, we have a local con coming up here
Okay.
in Saskatoon that I'm definitely bringing this to. There's people that bring families to this
Okay.
con. So this one I will have in my backpack ready to go if anybody wants to chit chat me up. If you're coming to Saskatoon at the end of April, we got ToonCon coming up. So uh,
Nice. Have you played this two players versus two players yet?
I have not.
Find us two more. I'll come back and we'll play a 2v2 game. It's
Oh
total
man.
chaos.
Oh, great. I know Jason from Dice and Dragons. He'll definitely would be
There
on
you
that.
go.
I would just and then I'm pretty sure if I ask Dan in the chat here if he wanted like, Dan, you want to come on and play some Sorcerer's Arena, he'd probably be like, "Oh,
Well,
okay. I don't
especially
have
if he's going to go out and get the set, he'll have the cards.
if he has the set." Oh, thanks Dan for the kind words. He says, "Great show. I'm in Fletch. Thanks." And thanks Ryan. Perfect. I hope you get a chance to try it out, Dan. It is something special. When I reached out way at the beginnings of this channel, I reached out to the op because they were asking for, I think, reviewers and whatnot, and I threw my name into the hat, and I was lucky enough to get one in, and I have not turned back since. It's been pretty cool. And just even watching some of the combos that came out in tonight's game, I was like, I just need to play it more just to find these combos myself too.
Yeah, there's some really great stuff baked in there, and it's fun because the playtesting group I work with, they find stuff that I didn't even expect to find. The whole Sully with the Cauldronborn teleporting to a Cauldronborn, I didn't plan that. That was
Mm.
something someone in our forums found, and I was just like, that's just genius. That's really clever.
Yeah, well, like you said, there's like you're kind of come from like a card game design background a little bit too and everything, and that's what those card game communities end up always finding. They always find these like, I wonder how did this card ever get through playtesting? It's totally like this, and we're like, just like, do you realize how many card combinations there are out there?
Yeah, there's billions.
Exactly. So perfect. Thank you, Fletch, for coming
Thank you
on.
for hosting.
Yeah, this was absolutely fantastic. When I received the Leading the Charge expansion and everything, I said, "Oh no, one of my gets is that I want the actual guy who's has his hands in the game. I want to play. I want to play with him. I want to talk about it with him.
Gladly.
And this worked out just absolutely fantastic. So thank you. We will have to do this again, possibly when another set drops in, I don't know how far distant future, probably not too far, but
no, we've got at least one more this year, and plans for more beyond that. So
probably around Gen Con, because you got the Road to Gen Con events happening.
Maybe.
Yeah. Speculations. I'm a gamer. I can speculate. I've watched the trends. Cool. Well, everybody who has joined us tonight, thank you once again for making me part of your Thursday evening. If you have not done so just yet, make sure you hit a like on this video and make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit the notification bell, because I'm live every Tuesday and Thursday evenings. Next week, I've got Anthony from the Tabletop Express YouTube channel, and him and I are going to continue Marvelous March, and we're playing Marvel Dice Throne right here on the channel. So
Amanda, who was here at the beginning of the thread, she was the project manager for that from the op.
Oh, sweet. Yes. I liked Dice Throne enough, and then when they announced that they were doing like a Marvel theme set, I was like, I'm all in. If it's got Marvel on it, I will throw money left, right, and center.
Thor is my guy.
Yes. Black Panther does some really cool things with the absorption and then fire it right back. Scarlet Witch is my favorite. She does some really, really fun and interesting combinations, just because she's chaotic. That's what she does. It's just everything's everywhere. So
I've gotten my butt kicked by Black Widow several times now.
Yeah.
And I always look at that character and go, I should try playing Black Widow sometime, just because it just looks like so much fun. But I'm always at the receiving end on that one, and it does not go well.
Oh, Dan says he's got Dice Throne hooked him at PAX Unplugged. So, yeah. And Widow is his favorite.
Nice.
Yeah, so hopefully Anthony and I can get a couple of games in on that on Tuesday night, and boom. And then I believe I got Maurice Andrews Jr. is going to come and play some Marvel Champions with me. He's got a YouTube channel talking Marvel Champions. So I'm going to play something with him. And that's kind of like the next foreseeable future. Thank you, everybody. Thank you once again, Fletch, for coming on. And this has been an absolute blast. We'll get you on the channel again very, very soon.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
Perfect. Good night, everybody. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.